What up, guys? GangstaPranksta here, bringing you the weekly wrestling and review for September 10th. Welcome back, guys. If you're new to the show, this is where I review the weekly wrestling TV shows, Raw, Smackdown, Impact. I do pay-per-view predictions. We talk about wrestling. We talk about wrestling news. So if that's your kind of thing, welcome to the show. If you're someone who's a current viewer of mine and have been for a long time, welcome back. And hopefully it's another kick-ass show. So what up, guys? I'm back. Tons of things to talk about this week. Lots and lots of news. Lots of controversial stuff. I think you guys are going to like it. Here's a little here's a little sample. Kurt Angle gets arrested. Jeff Hardy's going to jail. WWE is going to have their own network. And if you want to know more about these stories, if you want to skip right to the news, I'm going to leave an annotation somewhere here. And you guys can just skip ahead. But if you want to listen to everything, you're welcome to. Ugh, fuck it. Let's just start right now. First, we got Raw. I thought Raw was pretty good. Had some good matches and stuff. Let's just talk about it right now. It starts out with CM Punk. He comes out and calls out Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash comes out. They go back and forth. And once again, CM Punk with those great cheap shots on Kevin Nash. It never gets old. I love it. I love Punk. Triple H comes out and says he got footage from SummerSlam and says he saw Kevin Nash go into his office and suspects that he's the one that sent the text message. So they go back and forth a little bit, and Triple H then punches Kevin Nash in the face and then fires him. So Kevin Nash is fired. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. First match, we got Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston, Air Boom, versus Jinder Mahal and Great Khali. Pretty good match. Kofi and Evan Bourne win. Next, we have Eve versus Beth Phoenix. Pretty good match. Beth wins. R-Truth and Miz come out. They talk about conspiracies. How WWE is focusing on Cena and Punk and blah, blah, blah. Miz says that they will have a tag team title match at Night of Champions. And so R-Truth came out for his match against CM Punk. So R-Truth versus CM Punk. Good match. CM Punk wins. As soon as the match is over, Triple H comes out and says he changed the stipulation for their match at Night of Champions. It is now a no DQ match. Punk agrees but says that if Punk wins, Triple H is no longer COO. Triple H agrees, so no DQ match. If Triple H wins, he's no longer COO. If Punk loses, he just loses. That's it. And there's something interesting I want to talk about later in the news section as well about this whole ordeal. Next, we have David Otunga and Michael McGillicuddy versus Jerry Lawler and Zack Ryder. Okay match. Lawler and Zack Ryder win. Next is Randy Orton versus Heath Slater. Okay match. Orton wins. John Cena comes out and calls out Del Rio. Del Rio comes out and they go back and forth. Barrett, Swagger, Christian, and Dolph Ziggler all come out and ambush Cena. Alex Riley, John Morrison, and Sheamus make the save. Teddy Long comes out and says it's going to be an 8-man tag team elimination match. So it's John Cena, John Morrison, Sheamus, Alex Riley versus Dolph Ziggler, Christian, Wade Barrett, and Jack Swagger. Good match. Cena wins it for his team. So I liked Raw. I liked the main event. I liked the Triple H, CM Punk, Kevin Nash stuff, and yeah, I thought it was a good show. Raw has been consistently a good show for a long time now, ever since Money in the Bank, a little bit before Money in the Bank. The Raws leading up to Money in the Bank. It's been really good. Next, we got TNA Impact. I thought it was interesting, some stuff. Let's just talk about it. So it starts out with Mr. Anderson. He talks about Bully Ray and Immortal, and he says he's invoking his world title rematch tonight, and says he has a backup. Sting comes out and says he's going to be the special enforcer for Angle and Anderson's match tonight. First match is Devon and D'Angelo Dinero versus British Invasion. Pretty good match. Devon and Pope win. Next is Beer Money, Gunner, and Bully Ray. They're all in the ring. They talk about the Bound for Glory tournament, blah, blah, blah. this was a good promo segment. Bully Ray got his shit in. Beer Money got his shit in. The only problem I had with this was Gunner looked like a complete bitch. He looked like Bully Ray. Fuck, I'm having so much trouble right now. Bully Ray's bitch, and cause like, you know, Bully Ray's like, yeah, I'm gonna win. Gunner's gonna help me win. Blah blah blah, and I'm gonna be the #1 contender for the world title. And then Beer Money talked shit about him, and he never got on the mic and said, fuck all of you, I'm gonna win the title, I'm the next best thing in this company. That's what he should have done. I thought that would have been so badass, but he didn't do it. He just looked like a complete bitch, and that sucked a lot. So next we got Eric Young versus Robbie E. TV title match. Okay match, Eric Young wins. After the match, Rob Terry attacks Eric Young. Kurt Angle versus Mr. Anderson world title match with special guest enforcer Sting. Good match. Anderson wins by DQ after Immortal interferes, and then Immortal beats down Sting and Anderson. Next we got Winter and Angelina Love versus Velvet Sky and Mickie James. Pretty good match. Winter and Angelina Love win. Next we have Austin Aries comes out and calls out Brian Kendrick. Kendrick comes out in a suit. Pretty nifty suit. It looked really different. They had a pretty good back and forth match, and or not match, a promo, and it ends with Kendrick punching Aries in the face. Next is Gunner versus James Storm versus Bully Ray versus Robert Roode. Good match. Gunner wins. And last but not least, the most hyped up thing throughout the show and last week is the Jeff Hardy segment thing. So Jeff Hardy comes out, he talks about Victory Road. He said he had hit rock bottom at that point in his life. He talks about a little bit more different stuff. He touches on a little bit of everything. Victory Road and TNA and how he fucked up and shit, and says he wants another shot to prove himself. So I thought that was interesting. TNA was okay. I thought it was an okay show. It was okay. But leading into the pay-per-view, was it a good show? Did it make you want to buy No Surrender? For me, not really. You know, this pay-per-view looks pretty lackluster. And I'll give my predictions for that. But first, we got Smackdown. It starts out with Mark Henry. He comes out and he talks about all the people that he's injured, and talks about winning the world title. Zack Ryder comes out and says Orton and Henry cannot attack each other tonight. Henry asks Ryder who's going to win at Night of Champions. Ryder says something that angers Mark Henry. Henry attacks Ryder. Ezekiel Jackson comes out for a match. So it's Mark Henry and Ezekiel Jackson. It was an okay match, and Mark Henry wins. Next we have Sin Cara versus Tyson Kidd. Okay match. Sin Cara wins. After the match, Josh Matthews interviews Sin Cara. Sin Cara says that this is the real him. It was kind of hard to hear him with the mask, and he didn't speak very good English, so it's kind of hard to make out everything that he said. But Daniel Bryan comes out and challenges Sin Cara to a match next week because of attacking Daniel Bryan last week. And Sin Cara beats up Daniel Bryan again and puts him in the LaBelle lock. Next we have Kelly versus Natalya. Okay match. Kelly wins. Next is Christian comes out and bitches about last week and losing to Orton again, and says he wants another rematch. Sheamus comes out and tells Christian to get out and he won't get any more rematches. Christian just walks away. Wade Barrett comes out to face Sheamus, so Sheamus versus Wade Barrett. This was a good match. Sheamus wins by DQ after Christian attacks Sheamus, and then Barrett and Christian attack Sheamus, but Sheamus, I am so bad right now. Sheamus manages to fight both of them off. Next, we have a rematch from Raw. Jinder Mahal and Great Khali versus Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston. Pretty good match. It was pretty much the same match that happened on Raw. So after the match, Khali gets fed up with Mahal and shoves him to the ground. Next, we have Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Before the match, Cody Rhodes cut a little bit of a promo. And so they had a really good match. I really enjoyed this. Cody Rhodes looked like a star in the ring with Orton. I really enjoyed this. I really did. I recommend you guys check this out. It was a really good long match. After the match, Orton wins, and after the match, Mark Henry comes out and attacks Randy Orton. So next, we got my predictions for TNA No Surrender. And to be honest, it does not look like that good of a pay-per-view. There's only a handful of matches that they announced on the show. The rest they really announced on their website. So I'm going to give my predictions right now. Alright, so we got 8 matches. Let's just go through them real quick so we can get on to all that juicy news. First match is Jesse Sorensen versus Kid Cash. This is a #1 contenders title match for the X Division title. #1 contender for the X Division title. I think I said that right. Now, this is... I'll do 2 predictions in one. We also have Brian Kendrick versus Austin Aries for the TNA X Division Championship. What I would like to see is I'd like to see Austin Aries win the X Division title and then feud with Jesse Sorensen. So I'd like to see Jesse Sorensen beat Kid Cash, and I'd like to see Austin Aries beat Brian Kendrick. Next we got Matt Morgan and Samoa Joe. This is Matt Morgan's first match back from the injury. Samoa Joe hasn't wrestled in a while, so I don't know how this match is going to be. But I think Matt Morgan's going to win, even though I wish Samoa Joe's going to win. I hope he wins. I love Samoa Joe. TNA doesn't really know how to use him, and it's really frustrating to watch. Next, we have Mickie James versus Winter. Singles match for the TNA Knockouts Championship. So Mickey's the champion right now, I think. Yeah. She won it last week. And, you know, this is a tough one. It could go either way. But I think Mickey's going to retain and feud with, or have a match with Velvet Sky at Bound for Glory. Because that's pretty much, they've been pushing Velvet to be that #1 contender for the women's title for a long time now. And I think that would be a good match for Bound for Glory. I mean, that's their biggest pay-per-view of the year. And they really got to do some good matches. And I think Mickie James versus Velvet Sky will be a good match. So I'm going to go with Mickie James in this match. Next we have Mexican America versus Devon and D'Angelo Dinero. Tag team title match. I'd like to see Mexican America win and retain the tag team titles. Either because Jeff Jarrett's going to come out and help out Mexican America, or Devon and D'Angelo Dinero. There's kind of some hostility there, so maybe they'll turn on each other, or Devon turns on D'Angelo Dinero. I see that happening. So I think I'm going to go with Mexican America. Next we got the BFG semi-final matches. First one is Bully Ray versus James Storm. I'm going to have to go with Bully Ray. I don't see James Storm winning it. I would have liked to see the finals be Bobby Roode and Gunner, but they're going to wrestle tonight, so the winner will face each other. So it's Bully Ray and James Storm. I think Bully Ray's going to win. And Bobby Roode versus Gunner. Man, this is... I'm going to go with Bobby Roode. I don't know. I'd like to see Gunner versus Kurt Angle. I'd also like to see Bobby Roode versus Kurt Angle. Because I don't know. Because Crimson never really got eliminated from the whole thing. So I think they're going to bring him back. And he's going to win the #1 contender spot. So I'm going to go with Bobby Roode and Bully Ray. But I think Crimson's going to win the #1 contender spot. And last but not least, we got Kurt Angle versus Sting versus Mr. Anderson, 3-way for the TNA World Title. Man, I'm definitely see Kurt Angle winning this, and Sting, he's gonna feud with he's gonna have a match with Hogan at BFG Bound for Glory. But what's Mr. Anderson gonna do? You know, I don't really know what he's gonna do for that pay-per-view. So I don't know. I want to do. Maybe we'll do 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, I will do my dream Bound for Glory. What I think Bound for Glory should be, and it'll be my Bound for Glory. So 2 weeks from now, I will do that. Yeah, so this pay-per-view, to be honest, it doesn't look that good. I'm not going to order it. I am going to order Bound for Glory, though, but that's next month. So, yeah. Next, we got some news. Man, lots of news. What should we cover first? You know what? Let's cover up this first. Kevin Nash has been released from WWE. I don't believe this to be true. I think it's just part of a storyline. And this leads into the next news bit where a fan has come up with a really good... I think he may have solved the whole storyline for the whole text message thing. He posted it on the WWE Universe Facebook page, and it was immediately removed. So it might be pretty similar to what might happen. So I'm going to say this is not... I did not write this. This was a fan. I don't remember his name, but this is what he wrote. He says, "I think I figured it out. It was Kevin Nash who sent the text, which was brought up by his own admission. It's also obvious that he isn't the person who is pulling the strings. It's not John Laurinaitis because he can't act. Neither can Nash, but besides that point, Stephanie is too obvious, and besides, she's gonna stand by her man. That led me to think of Vince. But it dawned on me, what have they been trying to push? Change. Who has been trying to change the WWE? CM Punk. Who told Kevin Nash to send the text? CM Punk did. Now at Night of Champions, thanks to the DQ clause, and if Triple H loses, he has to relinquish his COO duties, Kevin Nash and a large group of people are going to force Triple H to losing control over the WWE. With the aid of Kevin Nash, CM Punk will be the new man in charge, allowing him to guide the WWE towards change and show the world the new world order. Man, if this happens, this could be really interesting. Man, I'm really interested. If it does pan out like this will be great. Oh man, I'm really looking forward to it. But WWE has a history of just, like if the fans figure out the storylines, they kind of change them, and man, but if they keep it like that, it's gonna be sick. Next, for all you MMA fans, Brock Lesnar will face Alistair Overeem in a 5-round main event December 30th at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Overeem recently signed with the UFC. The winner of the fight will be first in line to face the winner of November 12th, Cain Velasquez and Junior Joe Santos for the world title. I'm not really interested in MMA, but whenever Brock Lesnar is involved and he fights, I'm interested. Just because I really like Brock Lesnar as a fighter and a wrestler. And yeah, hopefully he wins. But Alistair Overeem, this guy is a beast. So good luck, Brock. I think he might need it. Next, we got a promo shown during Raw. WWE has officially announced the WWE Network. A WWE branded channel has been something long in the works, but it still looks like the project is going full steam ahead, and the promo promises it will arrive in 2012. A story on WWE.com reads, "All we know now is that it will be a brand new day for watching the greatest matches, moments, and superstars in sports entertainment history. It looks like it will be a lot of classic segments, matches, and perhaps old pay-per-views in their entirety may be shown on the channel. What's unknown yet is how much original programming will be included." That is awesome. WWE has such a huge library of wrestling. Their pay-per-views, they bought WCW, so they have all those WCW pay-per-views, WCW shows, ECW pay-per-views, even though I don't think they'll show ECW because of the PG thing. They have a huge library of wrestling. And this, man, I am so excited about this channel. I think it'll be great. That's all I can say. It's gonna be awesome. All these old pay-per-views, old shows, old Raws from the Attitude Era, even when Hogan and Ultimate Warrior and Undertaker and Macho Man were big, you know, and Roddy Piper and all those guys. It's gonna be awesome. If it turns out like this, it's gonna be amazing. Next, the two biggest stories this week. Which one should I start with? You know what? Let's start out with Kurt Angle. He was arrested for a DWI. Law enforcement spotted Kurt Angle's car swerving between lanes. He was busted by the Virginia State Troopers who responded to the call. And this thing's getting crazy because he's like, you know, the cops are trying to frame me. Yes, I drank a little bit, but I wasn't drunk. Well, newsflash, Kurt, if you are drinking, you do have alcohol in your system, so you are driving while under the influence. For the cops trying to frame him, I have no idea, but the fact is you were driving drunk, and then he says he was texting. That's almost as bad as driving drunk. So I don't know what to say. This is fucked up, because this was the same thing Matt Hardy was arrested for a couple weeks ago, and he was released from TNA because of this. So that begs the question, should Kurt Angle be released because of this? I don't know. Leave it in comments. I do want to hear your opinion on this. It's weird. Man, TNA must be really fucked up right now. Their world champion has been caught with a DWI. Ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Next, we got Jeff Hardy pleads guilty to drug charges, sentenced to 10 days in jail and 30 months of probation, in addition to paying a $100,000 fine stemming from his 2009 arrest on drug charges. So a couple years ago, Jeff Hardy, the cops raided his house and arrested him because of they thought he was dealing drugs. And the story goes, a fan approached Hardy and offered him to supply him with prescription pain pills. A shipment of those pills arrived at FedEx and packaged in a Maxwell House coffee can and addressed to Hardy. The distribution center employers found that the package was suspicious and called the police. The can found to be filled with 262 prescription of hydrocodone painkillers. Police resealed the package and had it delivered to Hardy, and he signed for it, and then they raided his house. So, man, that's really crazy. So he's got to go do 10 days in jail. He's got 30 months probation. Good luck with that, buddy. He's got to pay a $100,000 fine. He has to do drug abuse treatment program, and he was granted the ability to travel out of North Carolina to continue working with Impact Wrestling. It's about time. This thing has been going on for a while. All these drug charges, and TNA, man, crazy. You know, he has to go to jail. Kurt Angle's arrested. Matt Hardy was arrested. He got fired. Kurt Angle's the world champ. He got arrested. Man, TNA is so fucked. This shit can kill a company. Holy shit. I don't really know what to say. It's so ridiculous back there. It's a circus. All these stories. Man, I wonder what's going to happen next week, you know? Fuck. What's going to happen at the pay-per-view tonight? All this crazy shit. Only in TNA, ladies and gentlemen. Only in TNA. So this was the weekly wrestling interview. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So much to talk about. I forgot what I asked you, but leave it in the comments. Oh, do you think Kurt Angle should be fired? Because Matt Hardy was fired for the same thing. I really want to know your opinions. Leave it in the comments. And I hope you guys enjoyed. If you really enjoyed the episode, give it a thumbs up. You know, a lot of people say the thumbs up and the favorites help them a lot. To me, I don't really care if it helps me. It just shows that you guys support the videos and you support the show. So it's really cool to see. It's more of a support thing than than you helping me out. It's more you supporting the show. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out. See you guys next week with my review of No Surrender, Raw, Impact, Smackdown. I think we got more predictions next week. I think Night of Champions is next week, so it's going to be a jam-packed show. We got more news on the way, and hopefully you guys enjoy No Surrender. If you buy it, I'm not going to. I'm going to watch it online after. I'm rambling, so I'm going to end the show. Good night, guys. Have a good week. Goodbye.
My goodness, Sheamus is just so hard to stop. He catches him with the axe handle. And the knuckles connect. It's been some night here on Friday Night Smackdown, and we're still rolling. Sheamus, the Irish curse. Sheamus comes up with a devastating counter. You are watching Friday Night Smackdown, WWE's network television staple for over 10 years. Oh man, that knee looked painful. Randy Orton thinking through every move. Look at the disdain in the eyes of the Viper. WWE fans watching this match all around the world. What's going to happen now? Realization has to be setting in. Sheamus is in desperate straits. Randy Orton coldly, sadistically stomping away again at every body part. Just when he thinks he's going the one way, his opponent takes him another. You know, Orton. RKO. The Viper strikes again. His shoulders are down. One, two, three. And Orton picks up the win.